It's time for The Pet Show with America's favorite pet expert, Warren Eckstein. Warren is the author of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want and How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want. He's here to answer all your pet and animal questions. And now, Warren Eckstein.
Is your schnauzer acting a bit shy? Are you being terrorized by your new tabby? Does your pug suffer with paranoia? Well, if you love animals, care about wildlife and the environment, and want to understand how your dogs and cats are really thinking and why they behave the way they do, stay tuned, because once again, right here, right now, it is time for The Pet Show, America's first and only real pet psychology, training, behavior, and of course, pet lifestyle show. So hop up on my couch, bring those adorable little furry buddies with you, folks, because it is that time once again to let the animal analyzing begin. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show, the place where we absolutely, positively, never a doubt about it, love, adore, and as I stress every single week, respect pets and animals as much as you do. By the way, if you'd like to join the ever-growing Pet Show family, and I mean we are ever-growing, if you want to find out why your dog is chasing squirrels, why your cat hates your significant other, why your dog turns into Cujo when you take him for a walk, or your cat just scratched your favorite chair or shoes, that's what this show is all about, helping you cope with your pets, but you know what I say more than likely, helping your pets cope with you. Let's face it, folks, it is not easy living with human beings. The phone number here at the Pet Show, if you have a question or comment, want to share a story, brag about a new dog or cat you adopted, just a reminder that everyone that calls into the Pet Show and gets through to me live on the air will be getting an amazing, a fabulous gift. Don't get excited. It's not for you. It's for that beautiful dog or cat looking up at you with those adoring eyes as I speak. So everyone that calls in gets through to me live. I'll answer your pet and animal questions. And at the same time, a great gift will be on its way to you. Many of the gifts I give away on the show are $25, $35, $40 and more. So it's a great time to give me a call. I'll answer all your questions, and a great gift will be there for your best friend. So I guess I should give you the phone number, huh? The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA. That's 866-870-KRLA. Or if you're a numbers person, that's 866-870-5752. 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Plenty of time for your calls. As I said, lots of great stuff to give away. Sometimes the best time to get through is early, just as soon as I go on the air, like right now. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. Here's the deal, folks. I got a lot of important stuff to talk to you guys about today. But as always, your phone calls, your questions, your comments, your stories are always priority. So you guys come first. If we have time, here are some of the topics I would just love to touch upon on today's show. Do you love your dogs and cats too much? I get that all the time. You know, Warren, you love dogs and cats more than you love people. You know what? I can't argue with them. But my question to you guys is, do you love your dogs and cats too much? I'm going to share a questionnaire with my listeners that may actually determine whether or not you love your dogs and cats too much, if that's even possible. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later. And you know, many of my listeners have adopted their cats from shelters, ferals off the streets, or those that were abused. So how do you convert a cat that is very reclusive, very shy, into that cuddly buddy you want? I got the answer coming up a little bit later. And pet guardians now spend over $10 billion, that's 10 billion with a B dollars, on pet medications every single year. Most get their medications from their veterinarian. But should pet guardians have a choice on where to buy their pet meds? According to one congressman who created the Fairness to Pet Owners Act, I'll share that story. May save you some money and help your pets in the long run. Also, how seniors can now adopt pets for free. And also, I wish I had this when I was going to college. I had to sneak snakes into my room, hamsters, gerbils. But now, colleges are allowing students to bring their pets to the dorm with them. We'll talk about that. Plenty of time for your questions and comments. 866-870 KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Plenty of time for your questions and comments. Lots of great stuff to give away, as I said. So if your pet is jumping or maybe digging, scratching your favorite chair, cat forgot what the litter box is for, your dog is suffering with separation anxiety, your feline's depressed, your dog isn't housebroken, hates other dogs, chases anything that moves, turns into Cujo as soon as you put a leash and collar on him, or just believes that, listen, if it comes into my home, I'm going to hump it. That's the story. Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Now, here is the question of the day. Kind of an interesting one. You may like it, you may not, but I'm going to ask it. Do dogs and cats have moods? Now, I'm a moody person. Yes, you may not believe it from listening to me on a radio show, but I am a moody person. And so are my pets. Do dogs and cats have moods? What do you think? Give me a call. Let me know. Answer the question. A great gift will be on its way for your best friend. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. Got a lot of announcements today. Next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, I am actually not going to be broadcasting. I'm going out there just to talk to you guys, just to evaluate your dogs, absolutely free. It's going to be an incredible day. Mark the date down. That's next Sunday, April 22nd from 10 to 4 p.m. I am going to be, it's just an amazing place to be. I'm going to be at the, let me just say it right, Sepulveda Basin Off-Leash Dog Park, which is located 17550 Victory Boulevard. I'll give you more information a little bit later. Just a reminder, if you come out next week, next Sunday, it's going to be a great day. I'll be answering all of your pet and animal questions, evaluating your dogs, and at the same time, if you don't have a dog, there'll be some great dogs for adopting. My good friends from Delaney's Dogs will be there, Foxy and the Hounds, Tales of the City, my good friend Nancy and the Brittany Foundation, Dogs Without Borders, as well as NKLA Initiative. All that'll be there with me. That's coming up next Sunday. And know what? You're coming to see Warren. I'm going to answer all your pet and animal questions. And guess what? You're going to walk away with a bunch of free stuff. That's right, a bunch of free stuff. I'll give you a list of what I just might be giving away. So great time to give me a call. But if you'd like me to actually touch and evaluate your dog, don't forget, next Sunday, Sepulveda Off-Leash Dog Basin. I'll be there. I'll give you more information. Right now, though, if you want more info, you just got to go to my website, thepetshow.com, thepetshow.com. Again, the phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Are your dogs and cats moody? I'd like to find out from you. Give me a call, 866-870-5752. Plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff coming up as well. You know what? Let me give you guys a quick list of what I'm giving away on the show, and then I'll get right to your phone calls, Douglas, Phyllis, Alex. On today's show, I'll be giving away my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treats. Not a better supplement on the market, not a supplement that's been around for almost 30 years. I'll also be giving away some of the amazing Lucy Pet Formulas for Life pet food. I'll be giving away Kids and Pet Stain and Odor Remover, those amazing t-shirts that say none of my friends walk upright, copies of my behavior books, Lucy Pet's Cat's Incredible Cat Litter, Orthopursuit Gold, Mushroom Max, and some brand new items from my good friends over at Nature Vet, some hemp, allergy, calming, immune, and joint supplements as well. The phones are jam-packed. We'll get to all your calls. Be patient with me. 866-870-KRLA. And by the way, if you have friends that are not in the Los Angeles area, that can obviously listen on my national show, which starts at 1 o'clock, but they can actually just go to facebook.com/WarrenPet, facebook.com/WarrenPet, and they can see how I do the show. Sit here behind the microphone, waking up my engineer every once in a while, or stretching out in the next room. All of that takes place right here. So great time to give me a call, 866-870-KRLA. Or if you'd like to see how I do the show, just log on to facebook.com/WarrenPet. I'll try to answer some questions there as well. All right, let me get right to the phones here. Let's start off in Redondo Beach. Let's go to Douglas. Hey, Douglas, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Warren. Your show we listen to every week is interesting and educational. And yes, cats do have moods.
How many cats do you have, Douglas?
We previously had 2 cats. Each one lived 17 years, and we said to ourselves, never again. It was too painful. Sure enough, last April, a nearby resident moved to Florida and abandoned a cat. And we befriended the cat. It's a 4-year-old. It's its 4th birthday today.
Happy, but what's his name?
Her name is Vesti. She's a tuxedo, long-haired cat.
Happy birthday, Vesti. You gonna buy her something? You gonna buy her something good? Make her a little catnip cake or something?
Well, we did yesterday.
Okay, good.
When we got her last April, the weather was starting to be very warm. She's an outdoor cat. She will occasionally parade through the house, show off, and then want to go outside. So we purchased her a 2-story house for outside, and she finds places to sleep. Warren, as the weather got cold, we put her in our 2-car garage with a raised bed, insulated pads, food, litter box, water, and classical music, which she loves. And she's in there from anywhere from 8:30 till 5 in the morning. And I wanted to know, is psychologically, is that detrimental to her? Because she would fight at various hours of the night. I would get up, my wife would get up. I'm sure the neighbors heard it, and we would go out. So when the weather got cold, we put her in the garage. Should we let her out again when the weather warms up? Or is it okay to keep her in the garage?
I prefer you keep. The only problem I see is playing classical music.
Oh, really?
A little Springsteen might help her calm down a little bit, you know? I'm just joking with you. I think, first of all, I'm a firm believer in indoor cats, okay? Only because I hear the horror stories. You know, the cat went out all the time. There was no problem. Then all of a sudden, one day, she didn't come back. So I'm a firm believer indoors. Does she use a litter box?
She does.
Okay, great. So you're way ahead of the game there as well. My preference would be cold weather, warm weather, any type of weather. I'd much see the cat inside rather than going outside. We already know that the cat is challenged and there are fights taking place. Sometimes a cat fight sounds much worse than it is, but also sometimes they come back really seriously injured, losing an eye, whatever. So I would suggest keeping the cat inside. You can let her listen to classical music if that's what she prefers. And I think that's what I would recommend to you. Absolutely.
Would it be helpful to have, during the warmer summer evenings, a fan circulating air in there as well?
Well, I don't know. Let's say you're in Redondo Beach, and I'm in Santa Monica. It never really gets that hot, but I think having a fan circulate the air would be absolutely fine.
And my other question is we've tried some retail treats, but she's not attracted to them. Could you recommend a treat or a supplement to give her that she might be more apt to, desire?
Man, do I have a supplement for you. You know what it's called?
No, I won't even guess.
It's called Hugs and Kisses. And I know it very well because I was the developer of it. Let me tell you, most cats just love it the way it is. Every once in a while, you just got to heat it up a drop and sprinkle it and give it as a treat. But cats love it. It's good for them. It's really good for hairballs. It's really good for their coat. It's really good for their immune system. So let's do this, Doug. So I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you a jar of my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplements for your cat. Keep her inside. Give her a hug and a kiss. You're doing exactly the right thing, and thank you for that call. And thank you for taking her in. Phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me take a break. When we come back, we got Phyllis, Alex, Jill, Steve, and Kat. All your phone calls right after this. And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. That phone number, 866-870-KRLA. You ever hear of a term called purr therapy? Purr therapy. Now, you might think I've lost it. You might think I've gone over the wall, but listen to me carefully. I talked about this years ago, and when I was studying in Europe, I remember learning about purr therapy, and I'd forgotten all about it till I came across some stuff that I had written many years ago. Cats purr for many, many different reasons. Some people assume it's just the way kittens letting the mom know they're hungry, the mom letting them know the kittens know they're ready to feed, but there's another thing that we don't know. Science has actually proven that certain vibrations of the purr are really healing. So it's not unusual if one cat is not feeling well or one cat is ill or injured that another cat will come lie down alongside of it and purr. And according to scientific research now, I'm looking for the scientific word, but the way the purr works, the vibrations or whatever, actually does have a healing effect on bone. So it's incredible. Purr therapy, cats have known about it way before we did. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. Let me get back to the busy phone lines here, and we are going to, let's go to my friend Phyllis in Dana Point. Hey, Phyllis, how are you?
Hi, Warren.
How are you today?
Hi. I'm good, and you?
I'm doing super. What can I do for you?
Well, I have a 5-year-old rescued wonderful kitty that I adore, and she's just shy. She runs away when people come. But that's not why I'm calling. All of a sudden, about 2 weeks ago, when she has her food, after she's done, she'll roll over on her tummy, on her back, and put her feet up in the air.
Sure.
And purr and want me to pet her. But then she'll just rise up very quickly and come after me.
Okay, let me tell you why. Okay, here's the scenario. The cat had eaten. The cat has a full belly. The cat's feeling really, really good. Then the cat rolls over on his back, feet up in the air, blah, 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 blah. Come and rub my belly, Mom. And the minute you come and rub the cat's belly, instinctively, not consciously, instinctively, the cat becomes really, really fearful of its vulnerability by exposing its belly. And therefore, the reaction is not because it doesn't like you. The reaction is instinctive behavior. So here's my recommendation. Number one, let's start feeding the cat out of 2 dishes. Not more food. We don't want a chubby feline, but let's start feeding the cat out of 2 dishes. And then what I would recommend doing when the cat rolls over, don't rub his belly at that point. Give the cat a little time to see what's going on and readapt after its full belly. Then you can go about doing what you want to do. But the cat is not attacking you because it's an aggressive cat. The cat is reacting instinctively because he feels very invulnerable. Even some people that are stroking their cat or petting the cat, and the cat is nice and mellow on their lap, then all of a sudden the cat may turn around and snap or bite them. It's not because the cat doesn't like them. It's the cat realizes instinctively all of a sudden, wow, I'm vulnerable. I better react. So it's not that the cat doesn't like you. Don't feel bad, Mommy. The cat still loves you. Feed it out of 2 dishes. That's number one. And number 2, don't give it that petting for a couple of minutes till after it's through that initial excitement of having just been fed.
Okay.
And it might go back. I mean, if you really want to go into the psychology of it, it might go back to how many cats were in the litter. The cat might have been fed, off the mom's teats. Then the cat rolled over after being fed, and the other kittens in the litter might have gone after her or fought her off. So there could be any number of reasons. But anyway, what you need to do, 2 dishes, walk away, you'll be fine.
But it's been 5 years and she never did it before.
But all of a sudden, as we get older, there's a lot of things I do that I didn't do 5 years ago, too. As we get older, our instincts change, the way we think about things change. The only other thing you may want to consider is maybe because she is getting a little bit older, you may want to watch carefully if there's a specific part of her body that may be hurting her due to arthritis or where you touch it. But do that when she's not just eating. Do it like, when she's nice and mellow. Just kind of give her a little massage to see if there's any sore parts on her as well.
Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you. By the way, she just adores your hugs and kisses.
Well, if she adores my hugs and kisses, I'm going to put you on hold. I can't send any hugs and kisses I just sent, but I tell you what I am going to send you. I am going to send you, I know what I'm going to send you. I am going to send you some Lucy Pet's Cat's Incredible Cat Litter. I have sent this to so many people, and people have come back to me and say, Warren, in fact, I'm going to do a commercial for them in just a couple of seconds. What an amazing product this is. And when I do the commercial, I want you to listen carefully because there's none other litter on the market that even comes close to Lucy Pet's Cat's Incredible. So we'll talk about that. In the meantime, some Cat's Incredible will be on its way to you, Phyllis, and I do appreciate that phone call. Hey, the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Be patient with me, Alex, Jill, Steve, and Kat. I'm going to get to your call, Alex. I want to talk to you anyway. So we'll get to your calls. But first, let me just tell you about this. On Monday, I very rarely go to the theater. I mean, when I lived in New York City, I was training a lot of dogs for Broadway, but now I very rarely go to the theater. But there's something coming up Monday night I'm really excited to see. On Monday, this Monday, April 16th, at the Geffen Playhouse in Westwood, I'm going to see a show called Everyday Heroes. As a veteran myself, this really meant a lot to me. Everyday Heroes is a diverse group of military veterans engaged, in months and weeks of writing and performing workshops to create uplifting stories about conquering the unexpected during military service. Since the stories are based on the authentic experience of these veterans, and me being one of them, I'm curious to see what they say. They range from raw to heartbreaking to hilarious to illuminating. I'm going to go see that. I'll give you a report next week. That's coming up on Monday night at the Geffen Playhouse. Everyday Heroes, and they are everyday heroes. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. Let me do this. Let me take a quick break. When I come back, we have Alex, we have Jill, we got Steve, we got Kat, we got Gloria. We're going to get to all your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away. Plenty of time for your calls. Still coming up on today's show. do you love your dogs and cats too much? It may be possible. And also the question of the day, do your dogs and cats have moods? They have your moods. I want to know. Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA. And we are back on the Pet Show on Warren Eckstein. That phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Or if you happen to want to see what we look like here, you can just go to facebook.com/WarrenPet, facebook.com/WarrenPet, and look at the muzzle behind the voice. Let's get right back to the phones. I got a strange call coming in, but let me take it anyway. Hey, Alex, welcome to the show.
Strange call. Hey, Warren.
Why aren't you here today? Why aren't you here today?
I had a cat sit.
Okay, cat sit. This is usually my engineer. That's usually Alex. So what can I do to help you out, Alex?
No, well, I'm cat sitting my friend's tuxedo cat.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that when I feed it, like it paws around the bowl. I'm wondering what the deal with that is.
Do you know if it does it with your friends?
Yeah, it actually does.
Okay, well, let me tell you why. Cats have scent glands on the bottom of their feet. So it's not unusual and I don't know the background if it was a stray cat or not, but it would not be unusual for a cat to do kind of a little bit of dance, kind of rubbing its feet and scraping its feet around its food area, just as a way of claiming more territory because it's putting more scent down around its food. So that's probably why it's doing it.
Yeah, that does make sense because it was sheltered. It's a rescue cat.
Yeah, so there you go. So it might have been around other cats. It might not have gotten enough food. So therefore, when it has food, even though it gets food regularly now, it's probably, Alex, that he just wanted to put more scent around because at other times in its life, he may not have been able to have access to the food that he has on a regular basis.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, so this is your friend's cat?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I send him something?
Sure.
It's not for you, Alex. So I don't want you eating the cat food I'm sending. This is just for your friend's cat, okay?
Gotcha.
All right. I'm going to put you on. Thank you, Alex. We're going to send him some Lucy Pet Formless Life cat food for that cat. That was Alex, who's usually my engineer, but he decided only on the Pet Show would my engineer decide to take a day off because he has to cat sit for someone else's cat. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. We are going to Jill in Camarillo. Hey, Jill. Jill with the neurotic dog. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so you were highly recommended by a lovely family member of mine. I've never heard your show, but it sounds awesome. But I've got a rescue dog we've had for about 3 years. She's probably about 5 years old. And probably about 4 weeks ago, just when it started getting to be bedtime, she started having what seems like kind of anxiety and panic attacks. She doesn't want to come into our bedroom to sleep, which is where she always has slept. We've had her.
So had there been any other changes? I mean, are you with the same partner? Any other changes in the bedroom?
No, there's no change. The only thing we have is a remodel going on, but it's been going on for about eight to 9 months now. So it shouldn't be that.
Well, how long ago did she stop sleeping in the bedroom with you guys?
Probably about 4 weeks now.
Okay, it's very, very possible that it could be due to the construction that's going on. Sometimes there's a delayed reaction to changes within the environment. Perhaps one of the workers in the house had the scent of another cat on him, or something else might have occurred. However, what I would be doing at this point is for short periods of time, once a cat or a dog becomes fearful of an area, what we have to do is something called counter conditioning. We have to take that cat or that dog to the area where it's having a little fear and make that again into a positive place. Now, will the cat come in there during the day?
No, and she's a dog, but no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She doesn't like being in there now, and it's actually part of the house that's not being remodeled. It's the one place where it's kind of stayed consistent.
Yeah, but in other words, that may stay consistent for her, but it might be sense that she picked up in other parts of that. Very easy resolution. Here's what I'm going to recommend that you do. What I'd like you to do is take 3 or 4 minutes every day, just close the door and just sit in the bedroom with the dog on the floor. When the dog wants to come out, open the door, she's fine to go out. The next day, maybe a little bit longer, or maybe 2 or 3 times a day. What I would also do, if she likes to play with toys or there's certain treats that she adores, the only time she gets those treats or those toys is in the bedroom. bedroom, but just for short periods of time. You don't want to force her to be in there beyond what she wants to be. And little by little, right now, something happened in the bedroom. I don't know what it was. It could be the construction. It could be maybe she jumped off the bed and banged her foot. It could be any number of things. But whatever negativity she's feeling towards the bedroom, we have to turn that into a positive. So a counter conditioning is simply making sure that every time you bring her into the bedroom, if it's for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes, doesn't make any difference. But every time she comes into the bedroom, from this point on, it must be a positive end experience. If that be the case, you will start to notice, Jill, that sooner or later, that phobia about going into the room will dissipate and she'll be back in there in no time at all. Don't force it. Short periods of time, end on a positive note, special items in that room, and you should be absolutely fine.
Well, and that's great, and we'll definitely give that a try, but it only happens at night. She'll go in there during the day. She doesn't have it.
Oh, that's what I tried to ask. Does she go during the day? So she has no problem going during the day.
No. And I was wondering if maybe we had like a pest problem and she hears it at night.
It's very possible. If you have mice in the house that are running, and she can hear those or smell those, that's a possibility. But the fact is that she's only been doing this for a few months and she's been with you for quite a period of time. So I don't know if the mice all of a sudden came. However, it's a good indication, the fact that they're doing construction in your home, that maybe some of those critters that were kind of confined to one area have now moved to another area due to the construction. But it doesn't make any difference what the cause is. What we need to do is deal with the effect. The effect is that the dog is afraid of being in the bedroom. We need to counter condition that, make the dog think that the bedroom is the most positive place in the world. Give her a massage, play a little Enya, whatever you need to do to make her feel really comfortable in that room, Jill. Little by little, it's not going to happen overnight because dogs learn through the associative memory, but little by little, if she goes back into that room and it's a positive association every time, you should be way ahead of the game.
That sounds great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your advice.
That's it. Before you go in there, I'm going to send you an interesting product. I'm going to put you on hold, Jill, and now that you got to listen to the show every week, I'm going to send you a product that's relatively new. The company's not new. Nature Vet's been a sponsor on my show for over 20 years, but they have a new product called it's hemp seed oil. It's not what you're thinking. It's hemp seed oil, and they have a calming formula. So I'm going to send you some of that hemp seed oil calming formula for your dog. Just kind of give it to him a little bit for a while. See if that doesn't make a difference in terms of the way he feels, and that might be the resolution. But again, every time he comes into the room, you must end it on a positive note. That's going to make the difference for you. Hey, the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Steve, we're going to get to you. Kat, we're going to get to you. Glory, we're going to get to you. We're going to get to all your phone calls. Lots of great stuff to give away. If you want to see how we do the show or see the mug behind the voice, just log on to facebook.com/WarrenPet, facebook.com/WarrenPet. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get to all of your phone calls. I still got some hugs and kisses to give away, Lucy pet food to give away, kids and pet stain and odor removed to give away, those amazing t-shirts. We just got some more in because we ran out. T-shirts, books, Cat's Incredible. Plenty of time for calls. Lots of great stuff to give away. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. Great time to give me a call, 866-870-KRLA. Plenty of time to answer your questions. Got lots of great stuff to give away. More hugs and kisses. Lucy Pet Food, Cat's Incredible, Author Sue Gold. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. And as I said, if you call in and get through to me live on the air, a great gift will be on its way to you. And I'm not joking. Some of the gifts I'm giving away today are $25, $35, $40 and more. The question of the day is pretty simple. Do you think that dogs and cats have moods? Do you think that dogs and cats have moods? I do. What do you think? Let me know. 866-870-KRLA. Let's go to Kat in Sherman Oaks. Hey, Kat, welcome to the show.
Hi, Warren.
How are you today?
Hi. My name's Pat.
Oh,
like
Pat.
Patty.
All right, Pat.
I'm calling about my friend's 11-year-old miniature schnauzer, Johan. And up until last year, for 7 years, he lived in the same triplex with me, doting on him all day. He always had company. And about 2.5 years ago, he lost his doggy sister. And now he's showing a lot of anxiety. Last year, they moved, and he was shaking in the house. They worked with him. He seemed to get used to it. And now he's starting to get anxious again. When they start getting ready to leave, he shakes. And he's also having some new back problems and was a very active dog. and she's having a baby in a couple weeks. So we've got some concerns about how he's going to adjust to that.
Well, first of all, one of the advantages we have as human beings when they become pregnant is we have 9 months to prepare our dogs and cats for the arrival of the new baby. For many years, I wrote articles for Baby Talk magazine, Parents Talk magazine, Reader's Digest, called What to Expect from Your Pet When You're Expecting. And if you plan for it, if you get your dog or cat prepared for the sounds of a baby, the smells of a baby, the items that are going to be there before the baby actually arrives, it makes it a whole lot easier. Now, we only have a couple of weeks left, so here's what I'm going to recommend that we do. Number one, for the next couple of weeks, see if your friends will go out and get a little doll that kind of emulates a baby, makes a noise, maybe even pees, I don't know, but actually start holding that around the dog, giving the dog a lot of positive attention when this doll is around. They can even give it a name if they want to. Now, when they come home from the hospital, here's what's going to happen. Everyone that used to ooh and ah over the dog is going to bypass the dog to go see the new baby. Grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, and friends. Everyone, what your friends need to do is go to the pet store today. You're in Sherman Oaks, go to my friends at Red Barn, tell them to take out that American Express, stock up on treats and toys, put them by the front door. So the minute the baby arrives, everyone that comes to see the baby must stop, spend a few minutes with the dog, give the dog a special item at that point, so the dog now associates the arrival of the baby with something very, very positive. This is also important, okay? When they come home from the hospital, your friend, the woman, has been away for a couple of days having the baby. So if she were to come walking in the house holding the baby, the dog hasn't seen her for a couple of days, the first thing the dog's going to want to do is jump up and say, hey, mommy, hey, mom, how you doing? And the first reaction on the mother's part is, get down, you're going to hurt the baby. Negative right off the bat. So here's the way it goes. When they come home from the hospital, the woman walks into the house first without the baby, so she can greet the dog, say hello to the dog without worrying about accidentally hurting the baby if the dog's excited. Then a couple of minutes later, the husband can come into the house. He's old hat. He's been there the whole time with the baby. That'll make the difference as well. Also, right now, if you go to my website, thepetshow.com, if you go to the store, you can actually download every single sound a baby makes. We only have a couple of weeks now. Oh, yeah. We only have a couple of weeks now. I wish we had 9 months to prepare for it. But there's also a great article on my website. Everything's free there on the website called What to Expect from Your Pet When You're Expecting. Let them read it. Again, you got to be cautious. You know, you never leave an infant unsupervised with any type of pet. But the bottom line is, if the dog starts to realize that the greatest thing that ever happened since the invention of kibble was the arrival of the baby, then they're going to be fine. The problem is most people push off the dog after it's been there. Everyone wants to see the baby, creating animosity. But if the dog feels that the baby's arrival is like hit the jackpot, everyone should be fine.
Well, I want to see the dog. Well, just one question. So in terms of the extra attention when they bring the baby and people, how long to keep that up? Just in a new arrival period? Once
they start seeing the dog, and when you read the article, you'll see once they start seeing the dog reacting, I want to be with the baby, I love being with the baby, he's always getting positive attention with the baby, then you can start cutting back on that a little bit, but not for at least a couple of weeks.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Warren.
Thank you, Pat. Listen,
real quick, could I get the book? Because a neighbor is just dragging her pup around the neighborhood for the last year, and I just want to hand her the book and hope
you can hand her the book. But if you promise me this, Kat, you can hand her the book. If she lives in your neighborhood, next Sunday, I will be appearing at the Sepulveda Dog Basin Off-Leash Dog Park. It's a free event. Yeah, come on out. Come on out. I'll be answering questions. I'll be evaluating the dogs. If they have more questions about the baby that day, come on out. If you need more information on it, I'll give some out later. Just go to my website, thepetshow.com, and you'll see all the information about next Sunday's appearance.
Great. Thanks, Warren.
Don't go anywhere. I'll put you on hold, and Steve will get your information, and we're going to send you out a copy of How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. A quick break, then right back to your phone calls. My buddy Soupy Sales. We were just talking about him before I went on the air. We're going to break for the top of the hour just for a minute or two, so don't go anywhere. Steve, Gloria, Pat, Erica, you're going to be my calls. Great time to call me, by the way, is when I do go to a break. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. 5752. That is the way to get through. Plenty of time for your calls. We got a whole hour to get together. Coming up in the next hour, though, I am going to talk to you a little bit about whether or not you love your dogs and cats too much. There's a study that says maybe you do. We'll talk about that. Also, if you ever wished you had an animal behavior encyclopedia available that you can access whenever you wish, when we come back, I'm going to tell you how you can now get CDs, MP3s, and audiobooks of The Pet Show. They're available right now. I'll tell you how to get them so you can send them to your friends or listen to them wherever you want. I'll give you that information when we come back. Again, the phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Lots of time for your phone call. Still got lots of great stuff to give away. And the question of the day is, do you believe that dogs and cats do in fact have moods? Do you believe that dogs and cats have moods? 866-870-KRLA. A quick break, then right back to your calls. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show right here on 870 KRLA. And we are back on The Pet Show. The phones are jam-packed. I'm going to get to all your calls. I promise plenty of time for that. Before we do that, though, a couple of little announcements I want to make. Number one, next Sunday, and I have not done this. God, I don't remember the last time I did an appearance like this. Usually you'll come out and you'll see me when I'm broadcasting, and it's crazy. I try to answer questions. But next Sunday, I won't be broadcasting. I'll be doing an appearance at Sepulveda Basin Off-Leash Dog Park, which is located at 17550 Victory Boulevard in Encino. You can go to my website, thepetshow.com, for more info. Now, here's what I'm going to be doing. It's one of Warren's famous Pet on the Couch days, which means you can bring your pets. I will analyze them, evaluate them, and solve any problems you may be having with them. And guess what? It's all free. And if that's not enough, I'll be giving away a lot of free stuff. And also, if you're looking for that perfect pet, Delaney's Dogs will be there, Foxy and the Hounds, Tales of the City, the Brittany Foundation, Dogs Without Borders, NKL Initiative. They will all be there. It's an incredible day. Mark it down. That's next Sunday, Sepulveda Basin Off-Leash Dog Park. I haven't done this. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to do it is, but this is going to be a day where I will be there answering your questions, evaluating your dogs, and taking a look at you and saying, you know what, maybe it's not a dog problem, maybe it's a people problem. So write that down. If you want more information, just go to my website, thepetshow.com, and you'll see it right there. One more quick announcement, then I got right back to the phones. Many of you know that I'm also involved with trying to help wildlife as well as, our dogs and cats. Well, coming up next Friday night, I will be attending a premiere screening of Love and Bananas, an Elephant Story. And it's an incredible story. I'll talk more about it once I see it. That's next Friday night. I'll be going to the Sony studios to take a look at Love and Bananas, an Elephant Story. It's the amazing story of how an elephant in Thailand was saved. I'll give you more information once I actually see it, and I'll tell you how you can see it as well. It's Focus Earth Environmental Film Festival. I will be there for the screening next week, and then I'll give you more information. That's my announcements. Now, right back to your phone calls, 866-870-KRLA. We are going to Steve. Hey, Steve, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, Warren. Thanks for taking my call. Listen, I have two great terriers that I both adopted, and they're about 10 and 11 years old. They've been brothers, for that length of time. And I've given them all kind of love and that kind of stuff, but I'm not a great disciplinarian. But the little one, the tiniest one, is a big barker as far as Pullman, anybody that comes to the door, and it's driving my wife crazy to the point she's saying, get rid of the dog.
How important is your wife to you?
At this stage of my life, these are my two boys. I will not get rid of them.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my life. Listen, the dogs have been with you for a long time. How long has the excessive barking been going on?
Well, it's like I said, I'm not a great disciplinarian with it, so I've just given them love, but he's just it's just that it's driving her more nuts. It never did me, but there's a lot more action around this house. And I was just wondering, since I haven't been a great disciplinarian and he's probably 10 years old, is there anything I can do? I listened to you one time and
let me just stop you for a second. What do you think would happen? What does your wife think would happen to a 10-year-old dog if you gave it up?
Oh, I told her.
And she's still willing to give it? And she's still willing to give it up?
Well, no, it's not going to happen. I won't let it happen.
Okay, so let me go one step further with you. So the dog is a 10-year-old dog. It's a terrier. And let's say the gardeners are out in the backyard. The pool man's out in the backyard. The kids are skateboarding in the front yard. The dog sees them and he barks. How long is he barking for? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour?
He can go for 10, 15 minutes, like the one, as long as the pool guy's there, or he walks by the window and stuff like that. So he'll go with it a long time. And I listened to your show one time, and I tried to thank him for protecting the house, because I think that's been his job since we rescued him, was being the house protector. So I thanked him, and it works sometimes. And he'll come to me and lie on my feet, and I say, thanks, Riley. Thanks, Riley.
But what if you're not home, Steve? What if you're not home and your wife's home? What's her reaction with the dog when he's barking?
Well, we're actually living in 2 different homes right now because of our babysitting grandchildren. So most of the time, she's not around as much. But when she comes for 3 days during the week, that's when it just drives her up a wall.
Well, let me ask you a question. What would she do with a baby if the baby was crying every 10 minutes or 15 minutes? Would you want to give up the baby?
No,
I'm bringing that point up because the bottom line is this dog has been with you all this time. In terms of the dog barking, it's as I said many times, that's what dogs do. In other words, a dog sees a pool man in the backyard, instinctively, he's going to protect the home. I know what you're doing. You're saying, thank you, that's fine, and that's dandy. Okay, but if the dog barks for 5 minutes or 10 minutes while the pool man is cleaning the pool, you know what? Deal with it. That's number one. If the dog is barking for no reason, that's a whole different ballgame. We'll approach it entirely different. But the fact the dog is doing what a dog's supposed to do and trying to correct that behavior is crazy. Now, what I would recommend is exactly what I said and exactly what you're trying to do. When the dog is barking, go over and say, hey, listen, thank you for doing what you're doing. I got it from here. Everything's okay. Then maybe play with the dog for a few minutes. What happens is maybe if you're not there and maybe the dog is barking, maybe your wife, or maybe even sometimes you're saying to the dog, shut up, knock it off, and yelling at the dog. And the more you yell, the more the dog's going to bark. The louder you get, the dog assumes the louder he has to get. So in this situation, here's what I'm going to tell you, and there's going to be people that disagree with me. You don't have a dog problem. You have a problem, I don't feel and it's not a wife problem. I don't want you to get divorced. Listen to me carefully. It's not a wife problem, but I wish your wife would call me and understand that this dog is doing it as a way of protecting her. So it would be like if someone were to go harm your wife or try to harm your wife when she was walking down the street, and someone else or that dog, your dog, got out and went after the attacker. So the bottom line is the dog instinctively is doing what it's supposed to do. You can't reinforce it. For example, if the dog is barking at the pool man, you might want to give it a treat or a toy, but then you're reinforcing the same behavior that you want to stop. So as a behaviorist, as a psychologist, as someone's been doing this for a couple of years, what you need to understand is there are certain behaviors that need to be resolved and other behaviors that don't. If you want to distract the dog a little bit, that's fine. Maybe when the pool man's out back, maybe, does the dog get along with people?
Yeah, he does. He'll, like, there's been times where the door's been open and a pool man comes. He won't bite him, but he comes up close to him and barks. You know what I mean?
Maybe you should let the dog and the pool man get to know each other if this is a regular visit. Maybe you should let the pool man meet you in front of the house, take the dog out there. The pool man already knows the dog's name, gives him a treat, gives him a toy, whatever he wants to do, and little by little the dog gets to know him, so he'll still bark, but it won't be that possessive or territorial bark. It'll be an excited bark. That's how you had to resolve it. You can't stop it, but you can control it a little bit. I'm sorry you're having this problem. It just drives me crazy when someone says, listen, get rid of the dog, get rid of the cat, because I know you can't, but I don't understand the mentality. And this is nothing against your wife. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I don't understand the mentality of someone who knows that their significant other is totally in love with their dog or cat, and yet for whatever reason, they say get rid of him or threaten to get rid of him. To me, that another therapist got to deal with that problem, Steve. That's beyond me.
The ironic part about this is she went out and rescued them.
I'm sure she did. So in other words, the dog has a problem. It's not a problem dog. There's a big difference between a problem dog. Dog's never bitten anybody?
Oh, no.
The dog makes a little bit of noise 3-4 times a day for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Buy her some noise-canceling headphones and tell her to leave you alone. No, I'm being serious. Could I
listen.
Can I resolve it? But can I resolve the problem for you, Steve? The answer is 100% yes. I can stop your dog from barking. My answer, I'm not going to.
You're great. You're great. You know what? I listen to you when I'm out on Saturdays. I was hoping for a chance at hugs and kisses.
On its way. Hold on, Steve. I'm going to put you on hold. Some hugs and kisses for you, and hold the hugs and kisses for your wife till you decide your dog is doing okay again. 866-870-KRLA. I'm sorry. I get yelled at by people saying, how can you say that our pets are just as important as people? They are. My dogs, listen, I love my family. I love kids. I have nieces and nephews, and I adore them, and I love them. But you know what? I love my pets just as much. Call me eccentric. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want. But I have that right. I have the same right to love my animals as much as I do, as some people have the right to love their humans the way they do. Just me. I mean, maybe I am eccentric. Maybe I should be put away. Who knows? 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. We're going to Sylmar. Hey, Gloria, welcome to the show.
Hi, Warren. Thanks for taking my
call. Gloria, should I be put away? Am I that crazy?
Well, they'll put me away right with you.
There you go.
This is crazy.
Adjoining cells. That's what we need. Anyway, what can I do for you today?
Well, you know, over a year ago, my neighbor's cat came to live with me with her 5 kittens. But I already had cats. And I love all the cats. And my long-haired tortoiseshell thinks that I don't love her anymore. She runs hot and cold. Some days she's my best friend, and then other days I don't even know where she is in the house. Under the bed, in the closet, in the cubbyhole. It totally ignores me. On the days that she is my friend, I brush her, I talk to her, I sing to her, and as long as she allows me to do it. And then other days she acts like I don't even exist.
It doesn't mean that she doesn't love you, Gloria. It just means that sometimes she wants to be by herself. You know, there are sometimes, I love Denise, my wife, okay? I adore Cisco. I adore everyone that comes into my house. But, you know, sometimes I just hide in the garage. Sometimes I just got to get away. I hide in the garage. The only thing that would concern me with your cat is if this was a new behavior, because cats can be silent sufferers. And sometimes if they're not feeling well, on days they'll go off on their own. So as long as the cat is healthy and feeling well, I would not be overly concerned. The fact that the cat's been doing this for a while is fine. But it sounds to me, again, from a behavioral standpoint, that's not a correction that's needed. This is just that cat's personality. You know how you have some friends. You know, I grew up, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. I grew up in New York, okay? I grew up in an area where relatively poor and just guys didn't hug other guys, okay? It was not something that we did. When we met each other, we would shake. Now I'm hugged by everybody, which is fine with me. But it took me a while to adapt to that, okay? And yet there are certain people that don't want to be hugged, just like there are certain people that enjoy being hugged. Now, I wasn't brought up being hugged at all, but now I've kind of adapted to it. I've hugged animals my whole life, but just other guys, and they're not saying about anything. It's just not the way I was brought up. Well, now I admire people that do. Listen, I'm 100% for anyone that's in love and having a great time and is happy. I support them 100%. But anyway, that's not the way I grew up. There are certain cats that have that behavior also. Certain cats love to get a lot of attention. They love to be oohed and awed, but then all of a sudden, sometimes they decide to be off on their own. Unless the cat is sick, nothing to worry about. I would leave it alone, Gloria.
Okay. I'll leave her alone. When she's my friend, I love her to death. I don't think I could love her too much.
I don't think you can love them too much either. Anyway, listen, I got to move on. I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you, for your kitty cat, I am going to send, I'm going to send you some, I'm going to send you a T-shirt. You sound like you love animals. I'm going to send you one of my T-shirts that say, none of my friends walk upright. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me take a quick break. When we come back, Pat, Erica, Edwin, Evelyn, we'll get to all your calls right. And we are back on the Pet Show on More Next. And I started doing this announcement earlier. This is brand new. We haven't had these available before. But if you'd like to have, if you wish you had an animal behavior encyclopedia available that you can access whenever you wish, I want you to listen to me carefully. Well, now you can, because the Pet Show, the show you're listening to, is available now on CDs, MP3s, and audiobooks. That's right. You can now take the Pet Show with you wherever you go. No buffering, no reception needed. There's 5 volumes of all your pet and animal questions there to refer to whatever you wish. Just head over to my website, thepetshow.com. Remember that, THE, thepetshow.com, and click on the Amazon link to order the complete Pet Show collection. Brand new. This is the first time we're doing it, but now it's available to you, and I think you're really, really going to enjoy it. Hey, the phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. KRLA, 866-870-5752. We're going to take you guys in order. We got Pat, Erica, Edwin, Dan, and Evelyn. Right now we're going to Pat and Torrance. Hey, Pat and Torrance, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I could not be better, Pat.
Good. Yes, cats do get moody. I have a cat that if he thinks that I haven't given him enough loving, he attacks poor, innocent paper towel rolls. And not just a couple of sheets. He goes way down deep.
And so, in other words, if you're not paying enough attention to your cat, doesn't bother you, doesn't pee on the floor, doesn't scratch anything, rips apart some paper towel.
That is correct.
And the problem is, Pat?
He's been doing it off and on for all of his life.
Yeah, well, there might be a couple of reasons for it, and I don't know, but there could be one reason. Now, was this an adopted cat?
Kind of, sort of. He came walking up on my back steps one day, and as a kitten, about 6-7 weeks old. So he's been with me all of his life.
Yeah, so he saw the vacancy sign in front of Pat's house, decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to check in and I'm not going to check out. So here's what I want you to do, okay? First of all, when a cat becomes assertive or aggressive, very often they'll go after something like a paper towel. But one of the reasons they're attracted to paper towel is the paper towels on the market now, a lot of them have moisturizer in it, they have chemicals in it that are attractive to the cat. So when the cat sees the paper towel, it's called deferred aggression. Okay, it's very common. I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, you have 2 dogs and someone comes to the house and those 2 dogs absolutely, it could be 2 cats, but those 2 dogs and cats absolutely love each other. They adore each other. They're best friends. Yet when someone comes to the door, they start fighting with each other. That's referred aggression. So what's happening right now is for whatever reason, your cat is focusing that aggression on a roll of paper towels when he becomes overly excited. Can you stop it? Why would you want to stop it? Let him scratch a paper towel once in a while. Maybe you should give him other toys to play with. Maybe you should change his toys. Maybe you should put some cardboard boxes and paper bags in the house and make the home more interesting. That might be beneficial to you. But in terms of what's happening now, it's actually referred aggression, a very, very common problem with a lot of different animals, including some people. So you don't want to correct it because, in fact, he's going after the paper towel. He realizes he's not going to go after mom. So my reaction is, let's make him more stimulated mentally by increasing the mental items you put in your house, boxes, bags, organic cat, whatever you want to put down. In terms of going after the paper towels, quite honestly, I can resolve it for you easily. I just assume leave it alone, Pat.
Okay.
I just might listen. I've been doing this for a few weeks. If there are certain behaviors, if you try to change, you create more of a problem down the road. Certain behaviors, it's just easier to live with. This is one of them. He's not doing any damage, so that would be my recommendation.
Anyway, but I can't stay home. Well, I'm blind, so I do stay home, but I can't just, walk around with him, holding him 24/7.
So in other words, what I would do is if you really want to stop it, here's something you may want to try, okay? Take a roll of paper towel, have someone pick up some double stick tape for you, put the roll of paper towel on double stick tape, and then what you can do is you can spray a product on the paper towel called Bitter Yuck. Leave that around, put all the other paper towel away. This way, when he goes to chew the paper towel or grab the paper towel, he's going to get a bitter taste. He's not going to like walking on the double stick tape. He'll get the idea, and hopefully that'll resolve the issue if that's the way you want to go with it. So that's my recommendation, Pat. I got to move on. I'm going to put you on hold and send you some of that Bitter Yuck for the cat, and hopefully that'll make a difference for you. Sometimes we want our pets to be so perfect. Can you imagine if the dogs and cats were calling me on the radio show talking about the imperfections of the people they live with? God, this show would have to be 10 hours every single day just to deal with those issues. Sometimes we expect perfection. Why do we expect perfection from our pets? Are you perfect? Am I perfect? Absolutely not. So there are certain behaviors like aggressive behaviors or chasing car behaviors or other behaviors that need to be resolved. But sometimes you just need to let a dog be a dog or a cat be a cat. And sometimes there's going to be a little damage in the house. Hey, listen, if my parents, I grew up in Oceanside, Long Island, if my parents ever gave me up because of the damage I did in their house, I would not be speaking to you right now. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. I'm going to take take a quick break. When we come back, Eric will get to you, Edwin, Dan, Evelyn. Just again, a reminder, because I'm so excited about doing this next Sunday. You're not going to want to miss it. I got some great stuff to give away. And as I said, I'm not broadcasting that day. I am going to be at Sepulveda Basin Off-Leash Dog Park on Victory Boulevard in Encino. My entire purpose of being there that day is to answer, evaluate, and help you with any issues you may be having with your pet or any issues your pet may be having you. And you're more than welcome to bring your dogs down on a leash as well. I'll be looking forward to seeing you all. That's next Sunday, April 22nd. If you want more information, go to my website, thepetshow.com. As I said, I'm going to be there answering questions. So of course, if Warren's going to be there, I'm giving away a lot of stuff, by the way. Lucy pet food samples, Hugs and Kisses samples, Kids and Pet samples, samples from Nature Vets. I'll be giving away a lot of stuff that day. Also, there'll be dogs for adoption from my good friends. I mean, I've known Nancy and the Brittany Foundation forever. Dogs Without Borders, NKLA Initiative, Tales of the City, Delaney's Dogs. Just a great day to come on out. Say hello to me. I'll answer your questions, help you with your pets, and at the same time, I'm sure that some of these dogs and cats may find those permanent homes. Hey, the phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm going to get to you, Erica, Edwin, Dan, and Evelyn. Don't go in there. Hold with me a few more minutes. I'll get right to you. The question of the day was, do you love your pets too much? You know, it's Saturday night. Your friends call you to go out. Perhaps they want to check out a local live band or drop by a party someone is having. But frankly, you'd rather just stay at home and play with your cat. Boy, I know that feeling. Your friends say you love that cat too much. Could they be right? In other words, is it possible to love your pets too much? Take this little quiz with me. Okay, you know what? Let me do this. Let me take a break. When I come back, I'm going to give you a quiz. It'll take 2 minutes, so don't go anywhere, Erica, Edwin, Dan, and Evelyn. Take 2 minutes. I'm going to give a little quiz to you, and we'll see, in fact, whether you do love your dogs and cats too much. Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Quick break, then right back to your phone calls. And we are back on The Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. Let me give you that number for the network show that starts at 1 o'clock. That's 877-725-8255. Start calling at 1-877-725-8255. Edwin in Malibu, welcome to The Pet Show.
How are you?
I could not be better, Edwin. How are you?
Fantastic. So I've always known dachshunds were aggressive, but we got one anyway.
Boy, do you sound like Archie Bunker.
Yes, I have a aggressive dachshund.
Tell me about your dog. How old is your dog?
He is 4 years old, and he's a large standard red, and he's loving most of the time. I have 4 kids, and when he was young, my son, who's 10 years old now, dropped him and broke his leg.
Wow.
And that was repaired, and it healed up nicely. And I just feel like maybe he's aggressive because of the way maybe he was treated by my kids at a young age.
Okay, but he's aggressive now. Describe to me his aggression now.
He has bitten a female friend of mine. He has bitten all 4 of my kids. Not serious bites, but on the hand, or even when they're not being strong with him.
How are your kids' behavior around the dog now? Before we put the blame on the dog, let's see if the kids are not provoking it.
They're very active kids. They're constantly running, jumping, really vocal, cartwheels in the house. And
how much time do they spend with, what's the dog's name?
Ringo.
How much, all you need is Paul, George. And how much time do they actually spend with the dog, the kids?
The weekends, the entire day, and every evening.
So you would say that during, like today it's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday, they'll be hanging out with Ringo, playing with Ringo, and generally speaking, there's no aggression on Ringo, but sometimes he gets a little assertive with them.
Yes.
Okay. There's a couple of things we need to understand. You said Ringo is how old now?
4.
4, he's a baby. Have you done any basic training with the dog? Honestly.
Other than little silly tricks like stick him up, he gets up on his hind legs.
Yeah, stick him up, do this, play dead, roll over, speak 3 languages, speak Yiddish, speak Chinese. Listen to me carefully.
No real.
You need to teach the dog the alphabet. He's not too old. They can learn at any age. What I would do is I would get the kids involved right now, do some basic positive training with the dog, with a harness. Obviously, it's a dachshund. 5 minutes a day. Make the training fun. Let them reestablish a positive authority with the dog. Right now, the dog is challenging them. He's been with them for quite a while. And the noise, the craziness, he didn't know how to react to. His way to reacting was to be really, really protective of himself. So if we start a good basic training from it, it's not that I care, Edwin, whether the dog sits or stays or rolls over or comes when called, but it gives a positive way of communicating with the dog. Has the dog ever bitten you?
Yes.
How many times?
One pretty bad on the hand, other times just little nips.
Okay.
He doesn't really bite me hard.
Okay, here's the bottom line. Aggression should never be accepted. However, you can't resolve aggression by being more aggressive. So what we need to do right now is let the dog know it's getting all this positive authority while it's being trained and educated. So what I'd like to do is I'd like you to take 3 or 4 weeks, work with the kids and yourself on some, I'm going to send you a copy of my book, work with the kids on basic training. If the dog starts showing aggression, here's what I want you to do. I want you to train with him for 5 minutes. Always end on a positive note. Keep the training short. Make sure when the training is over, it's a play period. But I think right now the dog is establishing authority with the craziness that's going on there, and that's the only way he knows how. I think if we establish some positive authority with the entire family doing it the same way and the dog, I think our problem can be easily resolved.
Thank you.
Don't make me come to Malibu and check out Ringo, Edwin. You know,
Thank you very much.
You know, it's one of those. Sometimes I look at the phone calls coming in. You know, I just wish I could just drive around and spend. Not that I'm that good, but I can evaluate and figure out what the cause is. You don't have bad kids. You have great kids, but I think the dog just needs to have some more consistency. Don't go anywhere. Give me a call back in a few weeks. We can go further. I don't like the aggression. I'll go further if I have to. So I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm actually going to send you a copy of how to get your dog to do what you want. And if you happen to be around next Sunday, Edwin, bring Ringo down to my appearance at Sepulveda Off-Leash Dog Park. Just go across whatever you go across the Panga Canyon, whatever you want to take. Anyway, come on out and say hello. I will evaluate the dog, and I can actually go into a little bit more detail in terms of resolutions. A quick break, then right back to your phone calls. Just a reminder, the phone number for the network show, 877-725-8255. Dan, Evelyn, don't go anywhere. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show. Hey, we are back on The Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. You know, here's what I like to do. Dan, you've been holding on forever, so let me see if I can get you in. Evelyn, you'll be my first call on my national show. Write this number down. If you're driving around, going anywhere, starting at 1 o'clock, be patient. Dial this number, 877-725-8255. I take the same, it's the same type of show. I give away the same gifts, but that's the national show. You can start calling at 1 o'clock, 877-725-8255. Hey, Dan, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Warren?
I'm doing good. What's up? I don't have a whole lot of time, so what's your question?
I have a 100-pound shepherd, long-haired, and he constantly gets hot spots that we treat with a cortisone cream. He's on a raw diet, not the raw meats, but a raw type diet. Gets walked a lot. I don't know if the grass is having to do that. We do clean his paws all the time.
Well, you know, the only thing I can say is, there are a lot of people that swear by raw diets and a lot of people that swear at raw diets. Sometimes dry skin is some of the things I heard about it. But let me do this. You know, I'm a shepherd fanatic. I train shepherds in Southeast Asia, in Germany, in Belgium, and all over the place. And in fact, I have one tattooed on my leg that never goes away from me. So here's the bottom line. They generally do have some problems with their skin. That's one of the reasons I developed the Hugs and Kisses supplement, because my own German shepherds had the same problem. So what I'm going to do, Dan, is I'm going to send you a jar of Hugs and Kisses supplements. I want you to use it, get the dog on it for about 3 or 4 weeks. You'll start noticing a major difference, not only in digestion, not only will his eyes be clearer, but it actually will also help with a lot of the shedding, dry skin, dander, and hot spots. The number one ingredient is lecithin, nothing better overall for them. So, Dan, let me do this. I want you to give that dog a hug and a kiss. I'm going to put you on hold, send you a jar of my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treats for your dog. By the way, way, if you have a dog or a cat, I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you, how many products have you known for pets that have been around for 30 years? Not many. That's how long Hugs and Kisses have been around. I urge you to go to my website, thepetshow.com, and read the testimonials from verified listeners about using Hugs and Kisses supplements on your pets. Here's what I want you to do. Give this number a call starting at 1 o'clock. This is the phone number for the national show. I'll answer your questions. I'll give you some great gifts. We're starting in just a minute or two. 877-725-8255. 877-725-8255. Stay tuned right now for Living Pet Free with Dr. Mark Darrow and Nita.